hooked. Binge watching The Mandalorian. Oh my God.
Easy with that.
Unbelievable. It's on Disney. Check it out for yourself. I actually think it's better than the Star Wars movies. Just great.
It was fantastic.
Natalie is fantastic.
It's going to be fantastic. I mean, it's going to be
Absolutely fantastic, and it's awesome. I'm enjoying absolutely awesome.
I'm so happy. George is so happy. It's just fantastic.
Had a little bit of money, so the Lord did me good. Got all kind of shit. Got the glow sticks, I got the gotcha bag, got the Hawaiian punch. Man, everybody won't holler at Pop what you need. I got it. If I ain't got it, I can find it, you understand? I'm selling glow sticks. Glow sticks that go with the yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Trioculus.
Had a little bit of money, so the Lord did me good. Got all kind of shit. Got the glow sticks, I got the gotcha bag, got the Hawaiian punch. Man, everybody won't holler at Pop what you need. I got it.
Mother, there is no other like mother. And we're setting all kinds of records tonight, but tonight is about, hey, how you doing?
こんにちは。ボンバットファミリーと私たちのライブ放送へようこそ。私たちはあなたの視聴とリスニングの喜びのための素晴らしいショーを持っています。今あなたのホストスコッティ・ジェイロとジェリー・ケーブルに Stay Bombad を楽しんで覚えておいてください。
Welcome to the Bombadcast.
What's going on, Bombad fam? Everyone, it's another glorious Bombad week. Less than a month until, that's right, not this one, but this one. Not Chicago either. I'm just holding my boobs at this point. It is going to be a month until Star Wars Celebration, and we're going to be revealing some interesting new Bombadcast merchandise. We've got a great show this evening. We're talking about Kenobi. Yes, Kenobi's journey from Phantom Menace to A New Hope and even a little bit beyond. But all that being said, super happy you're here. If it's your first time joining us, we go live every Thursday. Yes, every Thursday. Okay? There's this special show called the Bombadcast right here. This best represents us right here. Okay? To the left of your screen, Scotty J. To the right, Gerry Cable. It is a wonderful show. We geek out, talk about everything Star Wars related. We've got so much in store for y'all, especially at Star Wars Celebration. We have a lot to look forward to in the next couple of months. And of course, all that being said, Jared is a dirty loser who lost trivia to me. And I'm super happy to say that Bombad Gaming should be coming back next week. Had a lot of things going on these past couple weeks. I just got back from out of the country. I had to readjust. My fiance started a new job, so we got a lot of things going on, a lot of movement in my life, and I'm happy to say it'll be coming back next week with something very special. Yes, We Switch Sports, okay? Not Lego Star Wars. We Switch Sports comes out tomorrow. I'm going to be having a trip of ecstasy this whole weekend playing that game. All that being said, I need to bring in my co-host, the one and only, my sweet, sweet friend, good friend of the show. Obviously, he also co-hosts the show with me, and we're gonna show a new design in a moment as well. How we doing, Jerry? How we doing, babe?
Jerry!
There he is.
What? Yeah, I cut you off there. Sorry, buddy. How you
No.
doing, buddy?
Doing fine.
to
Good.
see
You doing
you.
okay?
I'm doing good. I missed you. I missed you when you were out in Ecuador on your 5,000 euro yacht.
I was colonizing. I was killing a bunch of natives.
Oh. Okay then. I'm a straight white guy, so I'm okay with that. Yeah.
I was bringing Catholicism to all the stupid natives. Why would you say Ecuador? That's what I immediately picture. I picture like an Ecuadorian jungle. Is that a
you know what? You know what I said, William? I said I'm about to break this freaking Xbox. That's what I said.
Okay, wait. So last time Jerry and I were in person together, wait, get this. It'll be exactly a year. Did you realize that? From when I see you, May 25th. 100%.
Was it really?
Exactly a year. Yes.
Shit. I thought because I thought I came at like the beginning of June.
Into May. Literally my last week of school. Exactly a year. How surreal is that?
Insanity.
Oh,
it's absolute
celebration.
insanity.
I can't wait. Look at this Brian comment. Scotty tried to colonize Banana Republic of Bob.
It's true. It is true.
Could you imagine? Oh
my
man.
God.
I was at Palm. We were on our yachts together. I got it from the YouTube video. Obviously, that crossed 5 million views this week, by the way. Clap for that. Everyone clap.
Yes. Fantastic. Yes. It's great. Okay. And how do you feel about that? Okay. Hey, Steve Palpatine has dropped in the chat. What's up, Steve? How you doing, buddy? A round of applause. Oh, please. 5 million.
5 million views.
You know what? You know what that deserves? You know what? Because we made it to 5 million. You know, Jared, I'm gonna play your clip. Here's a clip of Jared. Okay, here we go.
Gentlemen. From the front lines of the information war, it's Alex Jones.
There you go, buddy. You're welcome. Seeing you gonna clap Scotty's cheeks? What's going on here? I don't know what's happening.
No, wait, hold on. I'm gonna send a video to to Jerry right now. One for each
view. Here we go. Okay, now it's my round. We're doing this like relay for life here. Go for it, buddy.
I'm sending a video to StreamYard right now, just so we I could premiere it on here.
I can't click it.
Second.
I can't click.
No,
it
I got it.
Clapping.
I'll be in charge. I got it. I'm gonna put in the StreamYard. So yeah, that sounds really cool. Actually, just both do it.
I bet this is really great if we still have audio listeners. Like, what's going on?
We have someone in the back room just sitting here too. Keep it going, yes. Keep it going.
Woo! 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 Why is the number of people going down?
I'm gonna kick Nick out. Hold on. So let me see if that video's sent so I can post it. Oh, here we go. It's beautiful. Let me get it. Is it the MOV file?
Welcome, everyone.
Work. It's not gonna work on here.
Yeah, you gotta convert that, buddy.
Oh, I hate life.
Yeah.
Let me try this.
You know what?
Anyway,
Life is pain.
oh wait, you can share a file. Hold on, let's see. Video file.
Share it, bitch.
Oh, I got it. Here we go. I recorded this.
Oh, do y'all see this right here?
This is when I was at the top of Altan Hu, which is a Mayan temple. Okay, this is me at the top of it in Belize, and this is for my buddy Jared. For anyone that isn't, this is for Jared, the Dark Jedi. Okay,
Jared the Dark
So
Jedi. Wait,
hopefully-
hold on. I just saw a comment from him. Hold on. Where is he? There he goes. Okay, here, buddy.
Yeah.
Listen.
This is
up.
for you. This is for you, Jared. You ready?
Oh, do y'all see this right here? It's a Mayan sacrifice altar. That's where I'm gonna kick Jared's ass next time we go in trivia. Right there. Right there.
People were killed on that.
On
so
the altar. Yeah, it
That's,
put
how
up
I'm,
people's hearts
that's where I'm
there.
gonna kill.
So you
that's
might
where I'm
as
gonna kill Jared.
It's the perfect place to eviscerate someone. So yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
man, hey, do you mind if I please our viewers with something that's kind of exciting? We're gonna do a Kenobi recap show, and we just developed.
Whew.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about something. I thought you were starting your OnlyFans there for a second. I don't know what
No,
was going on. You
not
gonna
today.
pleasure our
not
viewers.
today. Not
Okay.
today. I just want to show them the new thumbnail, and I want to hear what they think. So
I
everyone
am
in the
excited for them to see it. Yes.
This is Gerry came. You know what? Let me praise Gerry for a second.
The fuck?
Gerry comes with the best names for our shows. The Book of Boba Fett, I think, was a collaboration.
No, that was
but
you. That was you.
That was
all
me?
you, baby.
Okay.
That was all
Well,
you, baby.
He came up with the Bombad cast. He
Thank
came
you,
up with
though.
that. He came up with Stay Bombad, and he came up with this. So let's pull him up big. This is Gerry's brainchild of our Kenobi recap show name.
I can't wait.
EOP Vision.
Woo!
EOP Vision. So hopefully
That's
we'll
right,
have
mother farter.
That's right.
Because EOP.
That's right.
You know what?
So
Scotty, go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead, buddy. I'm sorry. I was gonna
Well,
say, you know
I'll
what
just
this
you said go ahead.
we're professionals.
You say
Semi-professionals.
You say go ahead, then you cut me off immediately. I like this. Oh man.
You
But
should
yeah,
be
this is
used to
gonna
it by
be
now.
this is gonna be our actual recap show. Should be a lot of fun. Obviously the thumb is just for a surprise, but that being said, it should be a fantastic show. We'll be recapping Kenobi the day after they come out. So it'll be something we do for pretty much the whole month of June, and in particular at Celebration as well after we watch the first 2 episodes. But Gerry, did you want to say anything in particular, bud? It seems like you had something to say.
Oh, I just wanted to say, I think that now that we have our show dropping, I think a little old familiar friend should probably go along, play here a clip. I'm trying to play a clip.
That will be the intro video. For
That
the
was
whole-
gonna say,
that
just add
is-
some
that is-
titles. Just add
no,
some titles.
that-
Kenobi Vision.
That was beautiful. Everything
That's what we
about
got.
that actually made me tear up. It was really good.
Well, like it's beautiful because it's a man in his EOP, but then you cut to the Jar Jar one, and like that's like a deleted part or whatever. When the eyes like go, I don't know if this is gonna. I have to shit or fart, and I don't know what's gonna happen. And then he goes, you know, like it's the bracing for impact.
That's incredible. God, what if instead of a fart, it was a shit, and it just shit poured out
It's
its
like
butt.
projectile
Just like
shit on
just
Jar
like a
Jar.
rhino.
He starts
like a rhino.
It just starts this whole cycle.
God, that'd be so awesome.
All
That
the
would be
Q-tips
Bombad.
are puking, you know, and all that. Yeah.
Well-
If Matt and Trey Parker from South Park wrote Star Wars, that would have
That's
happened.
what would happen. They'd all throw up. Everyone's throwing up. Exactly. EOP Vision, our new recap show. And can I premiere our new design that we're going to be putting out?
Let's do it
today. After the show, I'm going to make it go live, and I'm going to order some buttons. If Sticker Mule does a deal, I'm going to order a lot of buttons, but I'm going to order some buttons too. This is, oh my gosh, we have an incredible guest. Hold on. So this is going to be a premiere. Okay. of a new Bombadcast design. Jerry, I got it made without your permission, but it was in tribute to your father.
You always have my permission. It is tribute. My father's still alive, but it is in tribute to him.
To tell everyone the story so they can get the full, I guess, reaction to it.
Okay. So if you're a long-time listener / viewer of the Bombadcast, I don't know what
Michael McCoy
camera. But anyway, my camera's getting all misty-eyed thinking about this story. But anyway, so back a long time ago when Baja Blast first came out, it was only at Taco Bell, right? Okay. My dad, I guess because we haven't showed the thing, so I guess we know exactly here. Anyway, my dad, we were going through the drive-thru. I think I was probably 13 or whatever, and my dad goes, "Hey, what do you want to drink?" And I said, Baja Blast, because it was new and I hadn't tried it. I was like, I want to try that. I love Mountain Dew. I'm an extreme kid. So I said, I want Baja Blast. He immediately turns to the speaker and says, and a Bahu Blast. My dad is a 60-year-old white man.
I just always thought that was funny. Just a Bahu Blast.
I'll take especially because I just said it to him right before. I said, I'll have a Baja Blast. Okay.
Oh.
Bahu Blast. He wasn't joking or anything. My father was dead serious. But anyway, in honor of my father,
I got this made in honor of Jerry's dad. And of course, for anyone that wants it on a button at Celebration, that'll come to you. It'll be live on TeePublic after this. The world premiere of Stay Bombad Bahu Blast.
Woo! Bahu
Incredible,
Blast, baby.
Look at this.
Look at that.
People, I had over 120 likes on a button post. We need a Stay Bombad IC button. We need a Stay Bombad IC button. And I'm thinking, well, what? I think people like parody buttons. So I got one more made. Stay Bombad Bahu Blast.
Look at
the
this.
Bombadcast.
I cannot wait to own this piece of history right here.
Oh, it's
this
incredible.
Piece of Bombad lore,
Look at
as
this.
some might say. Look at this shit. Look at this.
It's a great
gorgeous
design. And $10. That's all it cost me.
It's the classic. It's the
Fiverr.
classic font and everything. It's the classic look of the. Baja Blast.
I found the early 2000s version for that reason, and I'm like, please make this version of it, because the new one's kind of more edgy, kind of all pushed together. This one's just super spread out. Stay Bombad Bahu Blast, the Bombadcast. So, Jerry,
yes, I feel like Bahu is what we would say if we were cowboys or something. You know, like Bahu. You know, if we were jumping off a cliff into a river. Anyway.
This is beautiful. So exciting. It's so exciting. So everyone look forward to that. It's going to go live right after we're done with this conversation this evening. I need to bring in a special guest, and it's actually, and I know Nick can see it. Nick's going to show up later. I'm sorry, Nick, you're getting pushed back just a few moments because we have someone, okay? We've got Brian, okay? Brian Fry, half mouth in our chat usually. He's not in the chat right now. You know where he's at? Do you know where he's at, Jerry? Where's he at?
Well,
or should we let him
he
tell
is
us?
actually he is transmitting right now.
He's a broadcast.
Broadcasting, but I mean, he's a lot deeper. He's a lot deeper in space. I think he's on the Halcyon. Okay,
what?
Brian is coming to us from the Halcyon. All right,
let's see if he can. This
himself.
Is no test, by the way. This is all live. We had not prepared this because
this isn't a bit.
This is not a bit. Brian,
this is real. This is real.
Let's see. Brian, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you. Yes.
This is so
test successful.
Sick.
Look at that.
What is this angle? How do we?
This angle is the bunk bed.
Whoa!
It's so cool,
beds.
Dude. How is it?
Look at that.
It is quite fun. Oh, we are going through some kind of asteroid field at the moment.
Oh, is it?
Look at that.
We're done.
You I was gonna say, like, the odds. Don't tell the captain the odds, of course, because we're Star Wars fans and stuff. But wow, like I just noticed the depth to that window as well, because it is a real window out to space. That's what it is. So
yes, it is.
But
how's your experience been, Brian, on the Halcyon? Has it been fun?
It is a lot of fun. It's not Rogue One fun. It's a LARP, but it's not like Rogue One, like deep, dark. It's definitely family fun, family Star Wars fun.
Very nice.
It's beautiful. Look at this shot. It's like it's so surreal because this looks like it's from the set. Like this looks like Canto Bight. This looks like Coruscant. It's so wild. In terms of aesthetic, how is the aesthetic of everything? Is it just as you dreamed?
You're definitely immersed. If you've been to Galaxy's Edge, you know the level of immersion that they strive for. I'm gonna sound like I'm shilling for the thing, and I'm not. I'm just one of the fans. Holly is an even bigger fan. She's the one who works. She works hard and plays hard. So she's the one.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm her +1. She gets me here. She's the podcaster of the family. I also don't usually do these on camera things.
But still, you're killing it. This is awesome.
But I love the Bombadcast, so I thought I'll take an opportunity to see if they might want to say hello and chat.
Oh, of course. And Brian, real quick, I want to ask you this. What have y'all done to immerse yourself so far? You know what I mean? Like, what have they, I guess,
besides that fantastic jacket? I'm just saying.
Yes.
That is very snazzy.
This is a Holly Fry original.
Holly does. She works hard. She plays hard. She does everything. Like Holly just goes hard at life. I feel like.
Yeah. I think as anybody watching might know, she and Brian Young do Full of Sith.
Yes.
Right.
And they have done maybe 2 Halcyon podcasts where one is spoilers and one is spoiler free.
Yeah.
Because this whole thing is like a 2.5 day or kind of 3 day total adventure.
Yeah.
So they've got a lot of interaction. Everybody on staff is a player that will play with you if you want to engage them. And you can, it's almost a choose your own adventure, and that the app gives you choices, which you might want to go a little rogue and be a scoundrel. You might want to slip to the First Order side, or you might want to stand up for the Resistance. And based on the choices you make, talking with people around you and your interactions in the app, your story can unfold a particular way. You don't have to.
Sure.
You can come here and park your ass in the bar for 30 hours.
That's not
awesome.
bad. Yeah.
Which Holly might be doing right now. But it is
the smart one.
It's a cruise LARP, like 2.5, 3 day adventure.
Oh my God.
So I will never call it a Star Wars hotel.
No.
Yeah.
There are other themed hotels on Disney World, Polynesian themed or Animal Safari themed or Pacific Northwest. This is not just a themed hotel. It's like a cruise and a big LARP for nerds.
So incredible.
I think that's amazing. And yeah, like you're saying, like this isn't the hotel that has like R2D2s as trash cans and stuff. Like this is like, it's that's, I can't believe you were sending us some pictures earlier. It's just like the level of detail is like,
there is a droid in the lobby though that you can interact with. You can
so crazy.
Your band and you might get a message from, one of the, I don't want to spoil stuff, but one of the scoundrels on ship, one of the operatives.
Yeah.
Man. The coolest thing about this is the fact that you could actually like right now you're broadcasting from there. It's just like it just doesn't seem real because these sort of things are a very, very catered experience for fans like us, for super fans in particular. And there's probably a lot of casual fans there too. But like if you're into Star Wars and you love Star Wars and you do a podcast and you talk about it on a regular, this just seems like such an ecstasy of a moment in every way. It's just I couldn't imagine, and then like you're gonna go to Batu when? Have you been today or are you going tomorrow?
Tomorrow is the shore excursion.
Okay.
You take a shuttle down to the surface.
That's amazing.
What are you laughing about? This is serious, Scotty. This is serious.
Sorry.
Please.
Sorry.
Please.
You get to go to the head of line on Smuggler's Run and Rise
Yeah.
of the Resistance. The food is paid for, so you can go up and get your free meal at Docking Bay.
Nice. Ronto
We
wrap.
did not schedule any of the stuff the other stuff you can do in Galaxy's Edge, like building a lightsaber or a droid.
Yeah.
We're just gonna hang out.
Of course, why not?
Just go to Galaxy's Edge and hang out.
Yeah. If you can, do it.
That's what I would do. In fact, if I go there with my family now, like I'm gonna be like, you can find me at the cantina. Like you can find me there and everything.
Look at that.
Oh, you guys! Oh, you just went to hyperspace.
I don't know where we went. Hang on.
We're jumping. We jumped somewhere. That was really neat. How often do they jump?
There's a map here.
Oh my gosh. That is incredible.
We're gonna be at Batu tomorrow, so I don't know exactly where we are right now.
Yeah.
There's Bespin. And tell me if I'm yelling, because I didn't bring
No.
my
You sound great.
my earbuds, so I have no idea.
Look at the light fixture. Wait, if you don't mind, go back up real quick, Brian. Look at the overhead light fixture.
We're gonna have to just like cover
That's just
every
so
single
Star
inch of the room.
Wars.
Look,
Just look at how
oh my
Star
god.
Wars- That's ridiculous. Oh,
that's temperature control, I'm guessing.
Yep, there's a droid. She'll talk to you. Oh, I gotta tap my band. Hang on.
hold on
okay.
real quick. The
Hold up,
band
everyone.
must be tapped. Oh my god. This is live right now, y'all. This is not pre-recorded. This is insane.
Oh, hello. Thank goodness you're back. I've been quite worried since I heard about the First Order arriving. Are you all right?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm very glad to hear that.
What?
This whole situation is quite strange. Did the First Order explain why they're here?
She might get into spoiler territory, so I'm not gonna continue that conversation.
Don't engage. Don't engage.
What is the droid's name?
I'd have to look it up. I'm a terrible fan.
Oh, you're
Sorry.
good. You're good. No, it's fine.
Terrible fan. What?
You know what's terrible? You know what a terrible fan is? Someone who can't remember Alfrona. That's who a terrible fan is. There you go. We got D3D9 or D309. Thank you,
D309.
Nick.
Wow.
We got when training on the bridge brings the ship to hyperspace throughout the day, the windows in your cabin will reflect the real time. That is so cool.
What?
So people are training on the bridge and you'll go to hyperspace and it's just everyone goes to hyperspace. So it's just that's incredible.
God.
That's like you said, immersive. It's immersive. That's what it needs to be.
And
I can try to go out in the hallway if you want to take the time. I don't mind.
Oh yeah.
But if
I don't mind either.
We got other stuff to do.
I mean, we're
Let's
going to
see the
talk about
hallway.
Kenobi eventually, but like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, like, it's not every day you get like a tour of the Halcyon. Okay.
I mean, I don't know if anyone's listening. I don't have the usual counter up at the bottom. So this is the hallway.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Refreshers in there.
Nice.
The refresher. Yes.
Step out in the hall, and I don't know if there's going to be like
Things.
like flocks of children running around or not.
That'd be okay.
I don't think they would stop me either. We'll see.
Well, how's the ratio for that have been, by the way? Has
at
it
the
been
slidey
like?
door.
Oh,
I have my room key. That would have been stupid if I had locked myself out of my room.
Look at this.
So
this is like a cruise ship.
Look at the buttons.
Yeah, this is where you would tap.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
Good. So I'm gonna see if I can swing the camera around.
Look at the light fixtures in there too, like that. Scotty, just like those lights are so sick.
Crazy.
Brian, this is a treat, my man. Oh my God.
Look at this.
Look at it. It does. It feels just like a cruise ship.
Yeah, it does. Look at that. Holy cow.
I mean, I've personally never been on one, but I've definitely seen Poseidon Adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have never been on a cruise before. There was Holly's other podcast, Mr. in History class. They were going to do a thing with listeners just before the pandemic. And of course that got nixed.
What?
So I'm gonna try going down the
What
stairs.
pandemic?
If it gets too loud and I can't hear you, I'll go back to the room.
No, it's okay.
Oh,
This
good.
is incredible. Wow. Look at all the light fixtures.
That's not Star Wars. There's a railing. I'm just kidding.
Whoa, look at this shot.
Oh man!
No way. No way. This is live right now, y'all.
Look at
Holy cow. Jerry, get a picture with it. Look. Holy cow, look at this.
Oh man.
Oh, he's going to the bridge. Brian, this is insane.
Brian,
this is live right now.
You are too kind, good sir.
A real broadcast from the house.
Look at that planet.
My lord, is this legal? Is what I'm thinking. We're gonna get attacked by Disney.
Let's see what this baby can do.
Oh shit! No.
Oh,
way.
okay. I thought that was gonna explode. What?
I thought we were about to go to hyperspace or something.
Look at this. It looks like look at all the comm like systems. Wow. Yes. The attendant staring. This
Nobody's up there right now.
No, it looks so. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, Max.
He is with Regal Robot, who you may have seen.
Oh,
nice. Can't wait for their panel with blast points.
Yes, that's gonna be a great panel. Dude,
look at that! Look at that
got a hologram. Brian, this is so insane. Cool. Wow.
There's
it gives me big High Republic vibes.
Take you over to the bar real quick.
Yes, please.
Ooh, yes.
Look at this.
Jared, don't get him in trouble. Come on, man.
Wow. Look at the colors. It's the colors that are so incredible.
The lighting is very it's very Canto Bite.
So
very Canto Bite.
Whoa! Oh my god.
Holy cow.
Look at that. That's Sabak right there.
Oddly, I don't see Holly.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Holly doesn't want to be on camera. I know her. She told me that earlier. She literally told me that on Twitter like 2 days ago. I don't want to be on camera.
Okay.
Wow.
Is she hanging? I'm sorry. What was the name of the Rhodian singer? Is it like she hanging out with her? Maybe.
Okay.
I can't hear you guys anymore.
Oh,
it's
you're
okay.
Good. You're good.
Look at this.
I can't believe this.
There's terminals that you try to hack.
Oh yeah.
That's restricted.
I remember reading about that, but that's man.
Even the emergency stuff, like there was like a fire blanket, looks like Star Wars. Wow.
Wani, thank you.
Wani,
thank you.
Yeah.
I have not tonight. They may show up tomorrow.
I really need to find them tonight to protect our droid.
Yes, they do need protection. If I see any, I'll send them to deck 5. I think you're on.
What is happening? I love this. Whoa! Look at that.
That's like we are real time. Look at that
climate simulator. Transport dock.
We are real time. Like LARPing with Brian here.
I feel like what's funny. I feel like I'm like when you go on Space Mountain, you feel that kind of chill. That's what I'm feeling right now. It's like so immersive. It's ridiculous.
Look at
Chrono Corellia. Oh, okay. So that's
I don't know if I can see into the dining room.
Look at this.
Oh,
hand sanitizers.
Whoa! Look at the door. Holy shit! Oh my god.
They're cleaning up after dinner right now, so I won't.
Oh man.
This is incredible.
That's so
as part of your adventure, you may end up checking out places like
the brig.
Wow.
Oh no.
Or as you saw earlier,
engineering room. Wow.
Credentials required.
Step on a lift.
Right.
Oh, let's see what this looks like. But this looks sick. Yes,
Holy
it does look
crap!
sick.
That's so cool.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
The lighting is insane. Yeah, that like in-wall LED lighting is just so immersive. Oh my god.
Scotty, I think now's as good a
So-
time as ever to start the Bombadcast Patreon.
Back to my home hallway.
There you go. That is so incredible.
Wow.
I don't know what's happening in the atrium right now. I think there might be a cruise director announcement or something.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you need to get back to your itinerary, just let us know.
Yeah.
Communication
we might be
breakdown can
losing you.
only
Yeah, there's
mean one thing.
Oh no, invasion! We're losing you a little bit, Brian.
Communication breakdown can only mean one thing, Jerry.
Hey.
Invasion. What? I can hear you. You're still
Lost
paused
you for a
a
sec.
little bit there. Oh, there
Yeah,
we go.
well,
There we
it's
go.
okay.
It's okay. Is the Trade Federation around or something?
Wow. Are you
So
back? He's back in
cool.
the room.
Yeah.
Right where we started. Brian, thank you
Yes.
so much for that. That was incredible.
This is incredible, man.
In
Seriously.
like every
you honored
way,
us tonight.
this was beautiful.
It's an amazing thing to experience. I know the price is up there, but I think part of that is any high ticket item makes you like really check it out.
Yes.
Before you
Yeah.
go. No
Yes.
buyer's remorse. Make sure
Yes.
you really want to do it.
Dang.
I know there's been some negative reviews, but I think most people are expecting like this really fun, immersive thing, and that's what they get. So
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know when I'll be back. I was talking about
Yeah.
maybe an anniversary trip at some
Oh,
point.
cool.
That would be so
That'll
sweet.
be worth it. Heck yeah, dude. Well, Brian, thank you so much for coming on, even for this
Man,
short time and just hanging
seriously.
out with us. That was incredible. I mean, we've been chatting about Disney stuff these past couple of weeks and celebration and everything, but like
Mhm.
this was next level. You surprised us big time with this today.
So much, man. Like, and honestly, like we did not expect a tour
No,
of a lot
at
of
all.
the ship. Even on dude, the bridge was so cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brian,
I'm glad it
seriously
worked.
though, this is
Had no idea
awesome,
if it
friend.
worked.
Thank you.
I wanted
Beautiful.
to just check in and see if you might want to do this in the middle of your Obi-Wan show, which
Yeah,
I'm looking
but-
forward to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was really-
Obi-Wan's a month away. It's fine.
I mean, I was
good.
curious what could possibly get him off planet while he's watching Luke.
Yeah.
And then the Inquisitors pop up. I'm like, oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
That would do it. That would do it.
That would do it. Get me the heck out of here. Oh
There you
man.
go.
Well, Brian, I know it's your first time officially on the screen in this capacity. Can you give us a good stay Bombad before you leave? Is that
Please,
okay?
sir.
Stay Bombad.
That's
Woo!
right. Oh, thank you again, Brian. We'll be
Fantastic.
in touch
Thanks,
soon, okay,
guys.
bud?
I'll keep watching the show.
That's right.
All right.
See you later, dude.
Love you, bud. Have a good time.
Wow. What the hell
I've
was
got
that?
chills. I've
That
got
was
goosebumps.
incredible.
I got goose pimples, Scotty. I got the goose pimples. Oh my god.
Wow.
Reactions to that. What are the oh my
I'm
god.
blown away.
Like it's
Gentlemen.
I'm not gonna show the whole thing. That's a long clip.
That is so
Oh,
awesome,
man.
though. What an experience! And you know what? Brian and Holly have been listening to us for a few years now, and I'm just thankful
Brian
for their
Holly.
friendship. And then to show us that, I was not expecting that this evening. If that was in the books, we would have marketed that, and we had no idea. So that was literally, we had talked about it earlier today for like 10 minutes, and here we are. That was incredible. I'm blown away.
Brian and Holly are just like two of the most fantastic people I think I've ever met, especially
Yeah.
on Twitter and everything. They're
Yes.
just such genuine, such kind souls and stuff. And so just again, I'm blown away that he wanted to do that because that's incredible. And that was, again, guys, that came up today. That wasn't planned until like it was barely planned today.
God, that was awesome.
It's right, Troy, right?
So incredible.
Oh man.
Well, we're gonna get to the whole conversation now. If y'all don't mind, that is. It's
Yeah.
no Halcyon, but
I don't
it
mind.
is something.
It is no Halcyon.
But we do have another special guest that was also he happened to say he just want to come hang out and chat with us, and
Yes.
he's gonna give us. He is our local. He is our Montgomery Obi-Wan Kenobi. So let's bring in.
He's our
Montgomery.
on-world. He's our on-world.
He's our on-world Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let me get that little clip pulled up that we usually play for our guests, and we're gonna bring him in. Where is that clip at, Jerry?
That or the EOP. Either way.
That or the EOP. That would work.
I'm sure Nick would love to come in from after a fart.
All right, here we go.
Hey, mate, who invited you here?
Yeah.
Hello there.
Oh,
he
pretty
said the
good.
thing. He said
That
the
was
thing.
pretty good. Wow.
That really was. I'm impressed, actually.
That was good. Nick, you doing okay?
What's up, fellas? It's hard to follow a actual live transmission from the Halcyon in the midst of hyperspace.
Listen, we don't book the show at all. You
No,
know,
we don't.
It happens on the
It
day off.
happens.
Well, whatever you're not doing, it's working.
Well, it's funny because I had watched you and Pete's coverage of the Halcyon when all the press stuff came out like a month or so ago, 6 weeks ago.
Y'all didn't get a fucking tour of it, did you? Sorry. I'm just kidding. I didn't mean to drop the F-bomb as well.
We're in competition with these two. No, we're not.
All love to you. All love to you, Pete. I'm sorry.
But it's funny, like it's funny to see y'all talk about it and hear, her experience was. Who was it? Amanda Wirtz? Was that who it was? Who was it?
No, it was. I'm drawing a blank.
It's okay. We talked to too many people.
It's okay.
Let's just be real here. I really don't even. I just
we know
talked to
too many
people.
cool peeps. That's
We
the
do.
thing. That's the thing.
But that live feed to see it like actually in front of your own face is pretty insane.
That we were there when they jumped to light speed.
Terry Peters from Yahoo.
That's it. Yes,
Oh,
from
okay.
yahoo.com. Man. But like it's funny, like regardless of how many times you talk about that kind of thing, to see it like we just did, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Truly unbelievable. Like that's
Really
right now.
amazing.
Like it's one of those things like that shouldn't exist. Like it doesn't it's what's it called? It's like a baby where like if it's behind me, it doesn't exist. What's it called?
Breaking news,
For
Scotty
object
doesn't think
permanence.
babies
Like a
exist.
baby. Like a baby thinks that like if you're not inside of the baby, you don't exist to the baby.
Object permanence.
I'm just like sitting here like it doesn't exist. Like a baby.
Breaking news: Scotty J-Ro doesn't believe in babies.
Babies aren't real.
Scotty,
They're
I have a
webcams.
child. I have a child. I know
Oh.
we met when she was a little older, but she was she was a baby.
Oh man, that's funny. Well, I'm talking about object permanence. Damn it! Oh.
I get you. We got
That is
there.
so
we got
funny.
there. This
Well,
is
look,
fantastic. This
Nick,
is great.
that was a great hello there, by the way. I just want to just bring that.
That
up.
was
That was
phenomenal.
beautiful. That was beautiful. And you know what? We have a whole thing planned for this evening. Babies are a false flag. Oh, it's incredible. Oh. So the first thing I wanted to ask y'all, based just like right off the top, it's not about the Kenobi series. It's strictly about the character himself. Okay. My question is, where does this character rank or like emotionally go for you? Like when you think of Kenobi, we probably have a certain image of Obi-Wan Kenobi that comes to mind. And I really think for Nick, it'll be different. For me, it'll be different. And for Jerry, it'll be different just because of the two actors, or I guess three actors really, that have played this person, and where they have gone with the role. And I'm speaking of, Alec Guinness, Ewan McGregor, and James Arnold Taylor, because that's a whole other iteration of the character.
Correct.
So Nick, when you think of Kenobi, instantly who comes to mind?
I mean, Alec Guinness obviously comes to mind. I'm of a certain age. I think that paints me into a corner a little bit. And when you say, off the top of a head character, I honestly think for me that Obi-Wan Kenobi is a top 5 Star Wars character for me.
Yeah.
I think that, and while the first thing that comes to mind when you say Obi-Wan Kenobi is Alec Guinness, because that's what I got first. And those were those initial, those imprinted images that I had from early on. But honestly, the character of Obi-Wan Kenobi to me is Ewan McGregor.
I agree. Yep.
I was going to say fleshed that character out. What we got in the original trilogy was just a bite. but we get the fleshed out, developed character because of the prequels and because of what Ewan McGregor did,
of course,
in those movies, especially 2 and 3.
Yeah,
I come more and more back to 2 all the time, which is, something else
weird?
that I've noticed in the last few years. A lot of people seem to do that.
Isn't that weird?
But yeah, so for me, first instinct, playing word association, it's Alec Guinness, but really to me, it is the character is Ewan McGregor. So I didn't really answer the question.
No, you did, because part of it comes down to the fact that we have a visual that goes into my head, and I don't picture Alec Guinness at all. I picture, weirdly enough, Revenge of the Sith. I watch The Phantom Menace a lot. I watch Attack of the Clones a lot. But Revenge of the Sith is when that character, to me, fully just came in full force. Like the mannerisms, the attention to detail, the moles, like every
the non-shaven Phantom Menace. Ewan doesn't show up in my head.
No, not really. What about you, Jerry?
I mean, honestly, Scotty, this is why we get along so well, is because like I go to that version of Obi-Wan as well. And I think because we had so much of that version in the Clone Wars as well. But like I don't go to mullet Obi-Wan. I don't go to, and I like those versions. I like that in the Clone Wars, they shaved him. Yeah, and you saw like the mullet, like you saw like oh wow, that's Ewan McGregor. But I go to that Revenge of the Sith, Ewan McGregor, because it's like that's Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
that's what it just feels so right. It feels so perfect and everything. And again, like I grew up, like I fell in love because of the special editions and all that when they came out in theaters, but I had the movies from before. But still, when I picture Obi-Wan Kenobi, I mean, to me, it is Ewan McGregor.
And it's weird.
That's who comes to mind for me, like first.
Like, first of all, Robin Gurland, who casted the prequels, perfect job with this character in particular. Literally a perfect job, because they did everything right when they casted Ewan, because he had obviously had a pretty good career in the 90s, but like it just has never gotten stagnant, has always put out quality movies, just a stand-up person. And like you get a chance to see him now come back in this role, it's going to be really surreal. And like he gets a second chance, And the big thing to me, especially, looking at Revenge of the Sith, like it looked like it was over. Like there was not much more you could add to that character, because it was so different from the Phantom Menace. And then, the hubris of Attack of the Clones, and then the realization of his failure. And then you get kind of like a really beautiful 4-story play where you've got the naive, you've got the troubled, you've got the climax, and then you've got the redemption arc of this character. It's like I never would have thought that a character like Obi-Wan, or Ben Kenobi, as we once called him, would have such an important legacy to Star Wars. But he's always been the best supporting character, if not a main character. He's a weird one. Like he's not a main really, because he's always there. He's having a huge effect in the galaxy, but it's so interesting. He's such a weird character for pop culture too. It's really kind of odd. I love him.
Like we just watched the clip from Sonic today, because we don't have the movie right now. My kiddo's falling in love with Sonic, but he like right at the beginning when he's talking about his mentor Longclaw, he's like, she's like Obi-Wan Kenobi, but if Obi-Wan Kenobi had a beak and 8 mice.
Amazing. Great line.
It's like such a that's such a like it's embedded. I know what you mean. Like that feels so, to me especially, I'm like, oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi. But I know it's so ingrained, but it is also like, I don't like what point were you trying to make?
Well, the thing
it's
is
ingrained, but it's like also like it's subtle. It's not like, like people aren't like, oh, Obi-Wan Kenobi, like walking around all the time.
Like there's iconic imagery like Vader. There's TIE Fighter, X-Wing, lightsaber. I mean, you can name millions of things now, and Stormtrooper helmets. But when you say a name like Obi-Wan Kenobi, you don't have to make an association with a design. You make an association. Yes, you make an association with a person. Like, and it could be Ewan, it could be Alec Guinness, and it's just a testament to. Yeah, it could be Nick. It could be anyone. It could be James Arnold. It could be Steven Stanton, because all those people have played these roles. And like, I don't know, the reason I'm bringing all this up is because of how important he is to pop culture. Like you just said, he's a teacher. He's influential to the overall story, but he's always been kind of a background person. He was never really, he was in the Clone Wars, but he had a hand in the changing of the galaxy, for better and for worse. But it's just so funny how much his influence has spanned Star Wars, but also pop culture. It's kind of wanted to get at, and like, I think his character development has been amazing. But I wanted to ask y'all this: do either of y'all have a favorite Obi-Wan movie where he just shines? I know my answer real quick. That was an easy one.
Movie or show or something?
Show or movie? That's fine. Do show, because there's a couple episodes of Clone Wars where he does a really good job.
Mine, and this will be pretty quick and to the point. The Twin Sons episode of Rebels, Kenobi and Maul, like that encapsulates for me almost everything that is Obi-Wan Kenobi, because he's been through the trauma. He's been in the desert. He's in the desert. And there's so much that's demonstrated in what started in Phantom Menace, in him fighting Maul, cutting Maul in half. They both go through this journey, and we've talked about it before. Maul had a single fixation. His only fixation was Kenobi. Everything he did. I love the part in Clone Wars Season 7 when Ahsoka shows up and Maul looks at her and says, "What are you doing here?" "I was expecting Kenobi." Like, it's so good because everything he's manipulated, everything he's masterminded is about getting to Kenobi. And they have that moment in the desert in Twin Sons. If you haven't seen that episode of Rebels yet, I'm sorry, I'm about to spoil the hell out of it. But I love the way that showdown takes place and the way that goes down. And you've got Maul still flashy, double blades, twirling, doing his thing. And it's 3 hits. Kenobi hits 3 times and it's
boom,
over.
boom, boom.
And I've said for a while, for the complaints that we used to get about the Vader Obi-Wan fight in A New Hope, compared to what we saw at the end of Revenge of the Sith. He's old and slow and it doesn't make sense. I don't think he's old and slow. I think it's intentional, and I think there's an efficiency of motion that Obi-Wan learned in conserving his power, using his power in the most efficient way as he channels it through the Force. And he's only doing what has to be done, which to me says a lot about his character. It could have been a drawn-out fight. He could have cut him in half again. But there was dignity, and even when Maul's dying, he gives him dignity, which again says a lot for a character, Obi-Wan Kenobi, who's been through a tremendous amount of trauma, which I think speaks to, and we may get to this in a minute, which speaks to the problematic things that people tend to say about Obi-Wan, especially as pertains to the old original trilogy. Only certain point of view, he lied, he, those times when that character tried, look at what he went through, look at what got him to that point. And the things that he had to do, and the things that we're going to learn about in this show coming up.
I was going to say
how that trauma is going to be fleshed out even more.
And they've mentioned it in every article. They're like, it is a dark beginning for this character.
Is dark. It's dark.
I think it's going to bump him up a lot of people's character list as we get through this series and see even more of it fleshed out.
I can't believe this is real. I can't believe we're all going to be in the same location. By the way, and not to like all of you, like I wish we could all be, but like me, Scotty and Nick, and a lot of other people are going to be in the same location, being able to freak out together that we're getting this. Like it's still so surreal to see like the marketing with like Vader and Kenobi fighting in 2022.
You know what, Nick? I wanted to say this too, and to Jerry's point, like I want to see how that fight plays out, because it could make sense why they're so meticulous when they fight in A New Hope. Like this could give us a reason why they are not as elegant whenever they fight in that movie.
I like I like Nick's thing, about like Kenobi's a master. I think that's just, it's 2 guys who are really good at it, and they're just like, they know they know the moves, they know each other's moves, and so it's it's not until Kenobi decides I'm going to open up and let you hit that he it's just,
and I think
ultimately wins.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing from the beginning, and based on what we saw in Revenge of the Sith, he and Anakin were essentially equals. Like everything they did, they fought to a standstill for the most part until Rage took over and he tried to jump, and he told him not to do it.
Don't do it.
But so then you get that just fast forwarded down the timeline when they show up on the Death Star, but that one's not as drawn out and crazy and powerful, because according to that moment, it was like 25 minutes ago that Vader was smoking people at the end of Rogue One.
Right.
But it's still it was intentional. It didn't have to be big. He came in with a purpose. He came in with a mission. He came in knowing what he was going to do.
Yep.
Well,
I pulled this
like,
up, and I don't know if
okay,
this is the original novelization of Star Wars.
Oh, so cool.
And I thought it would be interesting just to pull up the first mention of Obi-Wan.
Yes, do it.
And see what it says. So a quick couple of paragraphs of story. Of course, we know this comes in with Luke being attacked by the Tusken Raiders. And this starts chapter 5. It says, "It was tall, but hardly monstrous. R2 frowned inwardly as he checked ocular circuitry and reactivated his innards. The monster looked very much like an old man. He was clad in a shabby cloak and loose robes hung with a few small straps, packs, and unrecognizable instruments. R2 searched the human's wake, but detected no evidence of a pursuing nightmare. Nor did the man appear threatened. Actually, R2 thought he looked kind of pleased. It was impossible to tell where the odd arrival's overlapping attire ended and his skin began. That aged visage blended into the sand-stroked cloth, and his beard appeared, but an extension of the loose threads covering his upper chest. Hints of extreme climates other than desert, of ultimate cold and humidity were etched into that seamed face. A questing beak of a nose like a high rock protruded outward from a flash flood of wrinkles and scars. The eyes bordering it were a liquid crystal azure. The man smiled through sand and dust and beard, squinting at the sight of the crumpled form lying quietly alongside the land speeder."
Oh my God. What a cool
That's
description
beautiful.
of a samurai. Because that's what it is. It's a wizard, a
Yeah.
samurai. And like you get this character that's obviously been through a lot, like we've said earlier, but it was so cool that entrance with the crate scream, as Jerry would call the drunk NASCAR fan.
Now it's a ooh.
but
Bahoo!
But it's funny. My favorite moment from the whole interaction is that's me, that line, and then when he acknowledges R2, which kind of cool now knowing how much history we have with the character, obviously. So, man, I'm just
that cool. Like I don't remember ever owning a droid. He looks at
him. So
R2's
coy.
like, bitch, please. Come
on. I wish we had more of that unspoken truth there, but that's a really cool. That's Alan D. Foster's book, Nick. Is that who that is?
No, this is
no, he did. Alan D. Foster did the Splinter of the Mind's Eye. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, this is actually Lucas.
Oh,
yeah, Lucas
wow.
wrote
Okay.
the original novelization.
Insane. How cool is that?
Straight from the mind of the God King himself.
God,
Oh,
so
my goodness.
awesome. And like this character was based off a lot of archetypes, like Jared said, and he said it beautifully in the chat. He says it's so fascinating that Obi-Wan is both the archetypal mentor, but also a tragic hero with a complex story. He is both all at once, and I agree. And I'm just, he's one of those characters, and like you take for granted that he's so complex, and there's so much story to him now. Whereas in that movie, he was just there to continue the journey for Luke, and Luke ends up becoming him, which is also just. That's why I love TLJ the most. It's just so awesome.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And I mean, I don't know, like there is just so much history with Kenobi, and like you think of all the things. And I mean, if I may, I was thinking about what my show or top show or movie would be with him, and honestly, I keep going back to I forget the name of the arc, but it's where Maul first takes over Mandalore, and he basically draws Kenobi out because he's got Satine.
Yeah,
which I know a lot of people are still a missing piece of his story is we want, and maybe we'll get a little hint in if we get something about Satine in the Kenobi series. I might have an aneurysm. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Great, but out of joy.
Yes.
But anyway, like that whole episode where he dons the Mandalorian armor, it's so not him, but he fits it so well.
Yeah.
He takes Anakin's ship, and it's like that. I think it finally falls apart. Yeah, the Twilight gets like destroyed.
Yeah,
right there. But that first episode, is it one episode or two? I can't remember. I'm trying to remember. Help me out, Chad, or you guys.
The best shot in the whole episode is whenever the blast doors open.
The doors open
and just
and it's
hell is
chaos.
ensuing. And it's a huge wide shot
Yeah.
and he's the lightsabers down. I'm like, this is so incredibly Star Wars. And like, well, I was gonna let you finish saying something, Jared.
No,
okay, no. You look like you're gonna say something.
Excuse me, Mr. Jaro. No, go on.
What I was gonna say is there's very few characters that a lot of us can connect with, and his story is extremely tragic. And I think for the most part, I'm sure some of us can connect with what this is like. And Gerry, like you've been open to discuss like your troubles with faith and religion and stuff, right? And the fact that this character, is nothing but that struggle. Everything he knew, everything he trusted, his mentor and his apprentice were all very much, products of who he is. And like, it was just, everything was taken from him. And like, I want to see that area of, Obi-Wan 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, which we're getting. Like, that's going to be so insane.
I'm kind of predicting that it's going to like be too real for me.
Yes.
It's going to be because I think the religious trauma of Kenobi is going to be evident in here. I think that's how dark it is. It's so dark that I almost think he's not going to be like, he's like,
don't need it.
Turned his back on the Force and everything. Like, no, you abandoned me.
Yeah.
When I needed you. Okay.
Yep.
Like,
God,
I don't want anything to do with this. I'm going to make sure that Luke's cool, but I don't want any more to do with all this. I don't know. And I don't know. Like, I mean, I know we've got like stuff in the trailer, but to me, that would be interesting. And again, it would turn me into a pile of emotional mush, but
well,
I would love it.
I want to speculate on this too, just for a moment. William brought it up. I don't know if I missed this already, but do y'all think Qui-Gon will play a role in this? And I wanted to bring up Qui-Gon, not only in the show, but Qui-Gon in terms of his influence on Obi-Wan. And, it was obviously Qui-Gon who said, train the boy. It was obviously Qui-Gon who like, be mindful of the living Force, don't center on your anxieties. Like, he had an incredible, unique, an amazing mentor. And I just love that, in Obi-Wan's time of growing and development, his coming of age, he lost that mentor. And and like Dave Filoni has said, if that hadn't happened, it would have the whole series wouldn't have existed. Qui-Gon's simple death affected so many people in the wake of it. Yeah. And like you take a character that obviously we see as an old man when we first see him, but then when he's a young man and he, has to obviously make a really big choice to kill someone and, has to take on a role that he did not want to take on. It's incredible. It is such a cool idea that I never gave that much thought to until, these past couple of months. Like, why should we be excited for this show? Well, there's so much now. There's so much layering to this, and it's all built to this.
So much.
And his journey is insane. Sorry.
No. Like, there's so much meat in there. I don't even know. I forgot where I was even going with this, but just like it still is incredible to me.
Yeah.
That we get more of this character, and I can't help but go back to that. I don't know what, and I think Nick, you and Pete did an episode just this last week. A spoil of rich Star Wars riches or something.
Yeah, embarrassment of riches.
An embarrassment of riches. Yes. I am an uncultured swine, so thank you for but no, that we have that this is something that is coming within a month.
Unbelievable.
Can you believe that they got Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen to come back and I mean, I think I listened to a podcast with I'm sorry, I'm blanking on Uncle Owen's. I know he's a big famous actor, but my brain fart like Eope right now. Who?
Oh, who plays him?
Yeah, I got the name of the tip
Nick's
of my
looking
tongue.
it up. He's looking it up right now.
This is fantastic.
I'm gonna get it before Nick gets it.
Like it wants to jump out of my brain. Like I know it's in there.
Give us the first letter.
Is great radio.
Give us the first letter.
Joel Edgerton.
That's it. Good job. Good job.
Joel Edgerton. I got there. Thank you, ADHD brain. The file was there. It just took a little
Curse
while.
my metal body. I wasn't fast enough.
And you know what's crazy?
It's like my brain cells were going into the warehouse at Area 51 and Raiders of the Lost Ark and stuff. So.
Well, Deborah Chow said, I'm just so thankful George casted Joel Edgerton too, because that's a big sign. We need to see that dynamic, because that dynamic has not been explored. We saw it in a comic, I think, and also a Dark Horse comic too, I think. But give us a tumultuous relationship. Why do they hate each other? Because there's probably a dark reason.
And he's so present in the trailer that we've gotten. Joel Edgerton is.
There's a
that
big
every
shot
indication
of him.
is, because when we see Uncle Owen in New Hope, he's old, he's beat down, he's a farmer, he's dealt with all these things, but he's grouchy and he bristles at the mere mention of Obi-Wan Kenobi. That old hermit's just a crazy old wizard. Whatever. Very dismissive. And Luke knows not to talk about it. So this has come up before. We've all been there with a parent, and I told you not to bring that up, and you bring it up anyhow, and you see how it goes.
Yep.
But that, like so many other things, has to come from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get the chance to see in this series where that comes from, because we get the scenes of the Inquisitors facing off against Owen Lars in that town square, street or whatever.
The hanging body. Mm-hmm.
The threats to Beru, the threats to Luke, whatever it is that he feels like Obi-Wan may be brought upon his family. It creates a situation that is very intense. I wanted to make one comment too, just towards what William asked about Qui-Gon. Of course, I want to see Qui-Gon show up. I think obviously the most, plausible thing is some sort of Force Ghost communication. I think he even said maybe in that cave that he's in the trailer. And we do have a little bit of precedent for that, because I think it was actually in the Certain Point of View New Hope book. Mm-hmm. Isn't that where we get the story of Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon communicating?
Well, it was the second that Luke went off on the speeder to go see Owen and Beru after, and let him straight home. And he gets off. And that's when the Force manifests Qui-Gon. And it was it's a painful experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was so
that.
cool.
Was that one, or was that
that was that one?
The one with Kenobi doing it or something? Because you had two Force
parallel.
You had Obi-Wan finally becoming.
He's getting the book out.
One. Oh, here we go. Reference. This is how we do it. We don't do our research. We do the research on the show, so you believe us.
There you go. Nick's gonna find it. So
we're like Alex Jones, but we actually read through our stacks. All right.
I want to say this too, because it's something that needs to be mentioned. When the Disney acquisition occurred, and they had announced a slate of sequel trilogy movies and a Disney park and all that stuff, people had been asking for months. It had been rumored for years. I mean, it was nonstop. When we're going to get Kenobi? We're going to get Kenobi. And I think this is going to sound very bold of me, but I think this is our generation's TFA in every way. This is huge for kids that grew up with the prequels. It has been now 12 years. No, I'm sorry, 12. What am I saying? It's been almost 17 years since the prequels. And that is huge that we're getting it, in 2022. 2005 was the last time we've seen this character live action in this capacity. And now we're getting it again. And it's everything that we have been hyped for, they told the sequel trilogy story. They're finally focusing on this aspect of it. And it's just so wild that it's happening in less than a month. And we're all going to be there together in less than a month. And it's just such a big deal. I wish I can express how much this means to me on a personal level. It's so unbelievable. What do you think?
It feels so personal, us. But no, I keep going. I don't mean to I don't want to alienate anyone in the audience and everything, but again, we're going to all three be together in the same location when the first 2 episodes drop. I can't wait for those conversations. It all feels like everything surrounding this. It just feels. It feels like the biggest thing we've had since The Force Awakens.
I agree.
And honestly, it almost I think I want to pull back a little bit. I was gonna say it feels a little bigger than The Force Awakens, right now. But I think it's just part of me that's just like, I'm so excited for this more than I have been in a couple of years. Not that I've loved everything they've come out with.
Yeah, The Mandalorian. I mean, everything's been great. Don't get me wrong. But trust me, in terms
there
of
is a
hype,
level to this. There is a level to this that is unlike anything we've gotten yet.
And it's funny, I talked to Eric about this recently. I told him that this is the one show that honestly, and this is so messed up, but this is just kind of how we are, Star Wars fans. If this is the last thing they ever put out, like, we got it. Like, we got Kenobi.
Yeah, it's in the can.
Like, we got what happened in between those years. We got everything that occurred. You know, there's going to be a full arc. Like, there probably might be a little bit of some threads left open, which is always fun with Star Wars. But, like, this is the one thing I've truly desired, even when I was a kid. Like, how does he become this grumpy old man? Because we really don't see it in Revenge of the Sith. We see a broken person, but we don't see how he becomes this, you know, call to adventure person again. Because there's got to be a forward movement. Nick, it looks like you found the page, bud.
Yeah, well, and the one that I was thinking of is actually the Claudia Gray Master and Apprentice story. It's page 81. Cool. If you have the New Hope, certain point of view, and there's just
in your
kind of
New Hope. A certain point of view.
Yeah, to speak to a couple of the points that we were talking about as relates to Qui-Gon and also as relates to Obi-Wan, that relationship with Owen, this little short passage. I didn't tell the whole truth about Anakin, Obi-Wan says. Someday he'll have to know. You've only just become acquainted with the boy. Had you tried to tell him the whole story today, that would have been a greater mistake than anything else you could have done. Wow. It would have planted seeds of doubt, confusion, even anger, which would have led him down his father's path. With a touch of his old rakish humor, Obi-Wan adds, or he would have decided I was every bit as crazy as Owen has always told him I was, and he would run along back home. Qui-Gon knows that to have been a very real possibility, and the end to which that would have led, Luke would be now lying alongside the Larses. When he's ready, stable, steady, strong in the Force, then there will be the time. Obi-Wan nods, enough reassured to focus fully on Qui-Gon. You're very nearly corporeal. I've never seen you appear like this. Qui-Gon responds, it is a matter of learning both to claim the physical world and detach oneself from it. He had not struggled toward the goal at first. Only after Anakin's fall did he push himself to emerge fully. It was the work of nearly a decade. This he did for Obi-Wan. At least his Padawan did not have to spend his years in the desert entirely alone.
Jesus Christ, that's good,
man.
Oh,
so that almost confirms I think we're getting some Qui-Gon, but we may not get the corporeal, because you said that's the first time he's been so corporeal and stuff, like so like fully formed, and you know, maybe
even
he's
voices,
like showing up
a
little
even
bit. Well, I think we might get more voice, like talking back and forth, you know, like you know, William mentioning the cave. Maybe that's where he goes to commune with him, you know?
Yeah. Like,
very likely.
It's funny because Qui-Gon's first line is be mindful of living Force, you know, and he is indeed mindful. He's so mindful of it. In fact, he manifests through it. And like, it's going to be cool to see that parallel in this show, even if it's through voices, or it's kind of like the Mortis arc where he does appear and it's kind of an illusion, but the Force is so strong there, he can appear. It's just such a cool thing. And like, I don't know, you take all these threads that have been woven for years and they finally got an opportunity to tell this story. And I'm just elated. I really cannot wait for these days to count down, you know, for everyone. You know, we're all looking forward to this. This might be, look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Last Entertainment Weekly printed like paper ever. And it's
I can't believe that that's a real thing. That doesn't look like a real thing. But can we praise the writing of Claudia Gray as well?
Yeah,
that's
quick,
so well written.
Whole section is beautiful. When he says it's the claiming, like the detaching yourself from the physical world, but also claiming it. That is so deep. We could do an entire episode on that, Scotty. Like
I know,
I like that has stuck with me so hard through all of this, and so it's we are in for something that I think is going to absolutely blow. I think this could get like some accolades that they haven't been getting for maybe some of the shows and everything. You know, I don't want to say like it doesn't matter if they get awards or not. What matters is the story and how it makes us feel.
Yes,
but
and I wanted to mention this. This is the
tapestry. If you're Alden Diaz,
there you go, Alden Diaz tapestry. So I wanted to
Tapestry.
mention that. And actually, the weird
Tapestry
thing is
game.
with this show, it's the first time we've got a Force-centric, like truly centered. This is on a Force character.
Mhm.
This is on a Jedi that we know previously. This is a very interesting and new story. You know, are they going to do chapters in this show? Are they going to do this in the show? Like there's a lot of paths this show is going to take differently, I hope, than what we've seen with The Mandalorian. And if it doesn't, that's fine too. Like I'm just so excited to have a chance to learn more about this person. We deserve it, you know?
Without a doubt.
Fans need it. It sounds bad, but like this is
Well,
something it could also go the way we don't expect, which would also be really cool. Like twist this.
I think Pete and I did a show maybe right when the trailer came out, and we kind of did some wild speculating and predictions, and we made a bet about first line in the movie or in the show and all that kind of stuff that would come out. And what I said on there, and what I love to say every time I get a chance, not because I came up with it, but because I just think it's so brilliant, and it speaks to what you were saying before. What pushes him back into that spirit of adventuring? What sends him off planet? Because obviously at some point he's not on Tatooine, as far as we know.
Yeah.
Brandon Winerdy did an interview with Timothy Zahn years ago when I first started listening to Talking Bay 94. And one of the questions he asked him were, are there any stories that you wish you had written, or Star Wars stories you wish you could write that you haven't written yet? And there were two. One was about Boba Fett trying to get Han Solo back to Jabba's palace and being intercepted by different bounty hunters along the way, you know, kind of a bounty chase kind of scenario. But the one that really stood out to me was a story that revolved around Obi-Wan seeing Luke dropped off with the Larses, and then he sneaks off to the far side of the galaxy and causes a big ruckus and ultimately fakes his own death to be able to sneak back to Tatooine and live in hiding in order to oversee Luke. And just the idea of him going somewhere on this big adventure, creating, you know, enough of a hullabaloo that people would notice it, and along the way, you know, faking his own death in order to get back was really fascinating to me. I don't think that's what we're getting, but there's ways to tie elements into that.
Yeah, just to get a character that needs to make sure the eyes are not on him or on Luke or on Tatooine.
Correct.
It's just
pull that focus away.
Yeah, pull the focus away. And like that might be the plot. I mean, we don't know yet. And I like how vague it's been. You know, it's been vague. There's been rumors and stuff, and I think a lot of the rumors are true. I think some of them are not true. Like I think there's going to be some things this show does. And honestly, I made a very successful tweet. I don't know if y'all saw that with 20,000 likes, where it was like talking about how great it was to see Luke and Ahsoka together, right? How cool that was. I wouldn't also mind if this show deviated and showed us something different. Like I know it's titled Kenobi, but I really wouldn't care if they went off the cuff and showed us Vader, a whole Vader-centric episode, what he had to go through, because his trauma is equal to Obi-Wan's trauma, no matter what anyone says. He is just as hurt as Obi-Wan is, because they're two halves. I would say they're almost like a dyad, because what each one of them felt in terms of pain, equal, absolutely equal. Because we got Padme and Obi-Wan. Padme and Luke. Damn it, Padme and Anakin. But we also got the Clone Wars
and in your card,
Satine and Obi-Wan. You know. We got these horrible twists of knives in these characters. And I think one of my favorite parts is, you know, in Clone Wars Season 7, where he does catch Anakin talking to Padme. And you know, it's just like, I knew the whole time. It's not a problem.
It is like, now that you're saying it, like it is like almost a dyad. It's that dark like the dark version and the light. It's the light and the shadow. Version of each other, because they each again lose someone they love, and that the reaction of their reaction to that loss of this person who was like the love of your life.
Parallel paths that diverge more than it is a dyad. Even.
Yes.
Right. Well, like the paths diverge, but like you know, like you got Kenobi going off and like just kind of going, you know what, I hate this. It's hard to deal with, but like I'm gonna keep moving on. I'm gonna keep going forward. And Anakin is like, I can't let go.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just live my life just constantly regretting everything. It's like you're right. You're right, Scotty. You're right.
But it's powerful because you can empathize with both. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the Jedi are wrong, right?
I've done
the Jedi
both.
aren't exactly. Isn't that
Recently,
crazy?
you know?
You saw both sides of it. You can
Yeah.
really take in what these
It's
characters
easy
have
to
been
do
through.
both, or well,
Yeah.
they're both hard. They're both hard in their own way. One is easier and easier, more seductive, easy, you know, like
Yep.
whatever you want to say.
There was a there's a meme I saw earlier today. I don't know if y'all saw it. I think it was on Twitter, but it was 2 books side by side, and one of them was really thick and one of them was really thin. And over the top of the thick book, it said Star Wars, and over the top of the thin book, it said Star Wars if Anakin had literally listened to anyone except for Palpatine.
Yep, literally. And you've got that dynamic too, which is also important to address. You never see Palpatine and Obi-Wan interact, but what the only moments you do see is when Palpatine says, "Leave him." You know, he's gonna be leave him, and like it's so funny how deep those lines can go too, because you know a lot of the foiling of Palpatine's plan is strictly due to Obi-Wan and Padme, right? And that's something that I think is pretty interesting. Padme deserved the love Obi-Wan could give. Change my mind. That's a really interesting perspective, because
that is interesting.
They're more fit for each other
Correct.
than Anakin and Padme.
Isn't that like, and it's an old cliche, but the older I get, the more I find like that some of the cliches, some of them
There's a
are a
reason they're
little true.
cliches.
Some of them, some of the cliches about marriage, some of the cliches about having, mainly the cliches about having children, but like even that like opposites attract. Sometimes, like you know, honestly, it's you're attracted to whoever you're attracted to.
Yeah,
you can be so similar, you can be completely different, but like that was one of those instances where it was like a chemical reaction between Padme and Anakin, and Obi-Wan is a better match.
Yep,
it was a bond. We've got the science teacher on here. He can tell us about the bonds.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. Go ahead.
Ionic bonding.
Go ahead.
It's funny, and this is also really cool too, because this is obviously Star Wars at its finest. His fate will be the same as ours, which is true. They all die at the hand of their, at the hand of who they kind of trained and met and were influenced by. And of course, they all die on the Death Star as well, or on a Death Star. But it's so cool that Obi-Wan is a character that was played by Alec Guinness in 1976 and 77, and also in 80 and 83, respectively, has had such a humongous fleshing out of a character. And also, people need to remember he spoke to Rey in The Force Awakens and in The Rise of Skywalker. And I wanted to kind of ask you all that too before we wrap this whole thing up. Why Rey? These are your first steps. What do you think that was? Why was that a decision that JJ made? Because that was very deliberate. Ewan McGregor.
Because he was the last of the pure, quote unquote, pure Jedi that remained, that went through formal training.
Yeah.
He trained Luke, but only barely. And then Luke went to Yoda.
Yeah.
And it was a whole different scenario at that point. So he was kind of carrying that last torch.
Yeah.
Towards, I mean, if we look at it kind of even from the semantics of what Yoda says to Luke, if you leave now, your training will be incomplete. So technically speaking, he left, he went to his friends, he comes back.
Wow.
But it also creates that kind of weird thing when then he comes back and Yoda's like, well, actually, that was kind of like your trials. Turns out you're good. We got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But from a coming out of the institution standpoint, Obi-Wan was the last Jedi to come out of that institution.
Wow.
And I think that has a lot to do with, a formal passing of a torch, perhaps. And I just made that up off the top of my head. So
no, it's true though, because then
way off.
In Tross, in Rise of Skywalker, it's these are your final steps. And that was just such a cool bookend. And like to hear Ewan McGregor and to have that moment be experienced the way it was. I just, you got
to wonder how those who they're one with the Force now, and I mean, even more so, they've maintained their identities in it. You got to wonder how they experience the dyad of Rey and Ben, right? You got to wonder if that has something to do with it, that it was so connected to just finally purging the galaxy of this evil, or if it was, that it was connected to the Skywalkers, therefore connected to Kenobi.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know, like, and again, maybe like I kind of lean, I think, towards the, hey, this is how we're gonna, you know, we thought we got rid of them. We got to like pull up the floorboards and like, you know,
really
do all of this. We got to redo all of this. They're the ones who are going to do it.
Yes, and Jared actually plays into that really well here. I think if we assume Rey being a Palpatine heir was a plan, if there was anyone who would scope her as being a Jedi to save the Jedi, it's Obi. He sees the hero she's destined to be. And yet again, not only do you have Leia foiling the plan, not only do you have, you know, Padme, Anakin, you've got all these people foiling Palpatine's plans. It's Obi-Wan that gets the last laugh. Like, this is it. Like, I got your previous apprentice. I'm going to get your current one. And of course, funny enough, I'm going to get the one that's also named after me. I'm going to get Ben Solo too on top of all of this. I'm going to be the one to have the final stab. And of course, Obi-Wan, funny enough, does get that through Rey. You know, she is a hero. She was always destined to be a hero. The same archetype as Luke, the same archetype as Anakin, but with this person, you can do it right. You know, you can have a final word with Rey, a ray of light.
They are also both exiles to the desert. You know,
that's
if you kind of
true.
think about it. You know, you've got her, and basically, like, she's a scavenger, but like it's like she's living like a hermit. She's scavenging and all this kind of stuff. You know, and
good point.
A little worse than Kenobi, but like, you know, just like that loneliness. You see, you feel the loneliness in like the marks of the days.
Oh, if they do that in Kenobi and there's marks, I'm gonna lose my mind because that is such a cool callback. But anyway, I could see Nick wanted to say something.
I was just gonna say,
green eyes,
please.
Going on,
please.
Going on that the desert thing. I think there's also. I mean, I know in my real world life, if I need to be quiet, if I need to get away, if I want to think and clear my head and whatever, like to go to the woods, to go to nature, to go to, you know, to like, there could be something in the ability to channel the force in some place that is sparse, like the desert, because as we learned, certainly in Last Jedi, when Luke is training Rey, you know, it's in everything. So if you're someplace like the desert, there's less stuff there that could block the force and the force person trying to be connected with it, as opposed to being on Dagobah, which could be why Yoda went to hide there, because there were so many things to shroud him, to cover him. Forced. So it has the potential, certainly for Obi-Wan, to connect with Qui-Gon, to train, to be quiet, to have that connection that he needs to watch over Luke. But maybe some of Rey's inherent force things that she had that, you know, developed so quickly is because she lived in that simple existence and probably had more exposure to the force, even if she didn't know at the moment that's what was going on.
God, well said. I hadn't thought about it that way either.
The sparseness of the desert creates an ability for them to channel the force.
The lack of life, whereas Yoda is the world full of life.
Correct.
Ooh, I could talk about that for a while there. That's really cool. Damn, never considered that. Like, truly, like that's where we get, you know, you consider oneself. I mean, Jesus went to the desert. We could talk about that, you know, like there's just.
Well, and think about this. If you've got the Jedi Council and the Jedi, they're so clouded. Where are they? They're on Coruscant with 1 billion people.
Clouded.
And
just it's
so
polluted.
many, completely, you know, there could be, and I don't know. I'm building this theory as the words are coming out of my mouth, but like, that ability to be connected with the force comes from clearing your mind. We learned that, you know, from the very beginning too.
Oh, well said. That's damn good. Wow. We could just talk about thematic planets now. That's all this is getting into. But man, this has been a wonderful conversation, like through and through. I don't know if anyone has to have any last words. I wanted to bring this up actually. If there's anyone who deserved to jump Sidious, it's Obi-Wan, Leia, and Padme, because they all ruin people they love, you know?
Yes.
It's true. God, man, that's so cool. That's also true, you know? She was in pure isolation her whole life. I hope we get more young Rey in a story, by the way, because that'd be cool to see that.
It's going to happen.
Struggle. Yeah.
It's going to happen.
I have to add,
and I know we're getting that novel of was Lando and Luke going after Ochi, which I'm so psyched for.
Yeah.
That's the
Shadows
story
of the Sith, I think is what that is.
Yeah, I want that story so bad, but we are like, you know, we talk about like, you know, eventually the sequel trilogy is going to get the Clone Wars treatment, and I think it is right now. We are getting like but like I definitely think we're gonna get we've got to get young Rey. I hope we just get more Rey, Finn, Poe, like Rose, all of course. Them. I just want more of them as well. You know, let's get on this while we're making stuff, and you know everyone can still do it. You know.
Yeah, of course, man. Well, Nick, you have any last words you want to say before we close out this wonderful episode?
Sure. I guess this can be a last word because I talked about, you know, when I think of Obi-Wan off the top of my head, first thought I go with Alec Guinness original trilogy. But for me, Obi-Wan is Ewan McGregor. That's the fleshed out character, and that's just going to build and grow so much more. But I also do have a favorite Obi-Wan, and I don't have a cosplay. I haven't made it to that stage in my fandom yet. But if ever the time comes that I do, it is my favorite Obi-Wan, and it's this guy.
Oh my God, yes.
General Kenobi from the Clone Wars with the white shoulder pads and armor, like the light armor. But it's badass.
I know.
It's
incredible.
It's
so cool.
And I also feel like Obi-Wan is my energy because everything we see Obi-Wan doing most of the time when he's on screen is he's having a drink somewhere. He's in Mos Eisley having a drink. He sends Anakin to deal with the problem while he goes, what are you going to do? I'm going to go to the bar
with
and have
Anaka.
Or a drink.
Yeah.
With Hondo has a drink too. They're drinking that whole episode.
That's big Nick Milky energy right there. So
oh man. And you know what's
funny?
But
like Anakin's ready to like kill everybody, and he's like, no, let's see what they got. Let's see what they got.
You know, he probably learned that from Qui-Gon too, because you know Qui-Gon had been one Zen dude. Qui-Gon smoked pot. I'm just convinced, by the way.
But by the way, before we move on though, like that episode with Hondo and everything, I love when they're like they switch their drinks out at the end of that episode. They wake up in a cell in the next episode and go like, "Wait, I thought we switched the drinks. Like that pirate brew is stronger than you thought." So
what's
Kenobi's onto it. Kenobi knows. He knows.
As Hondo Naka would say, he was a great friend. You know, like I maybe we'll get Hondo. I don't know. We'll get Jim Cummings back.
Can you imagine live action Hondo drinking with Ewan McGregor?
I'm a little bit scared of live action Hondo.
Oh my God.
One, because of the treatment that the Inquisitor has gotten so far. Although that new image they released looks awesome. It looks even better than the trailer one.
Make him look exactly
but also
like the animatronic.
I was gonna say the Galaxy's Edge Hondo animatronic is a little bit terrifying, and I've not even seen it in real life. I've only seen it on video.
They just put that. It's Ewan McGregor and the animatronic. Hey, Kenobi, let's have a drink.
They move too much. I like animatronics, but they move too much. They're like Kenobi.
Would you like some pirate brew?
Oh, it's awesome. God, that's awesome. Well, all in all, typical Bombadcast. Fun here. I had a great time. Great character. Maybe the dude. Ooh,
Jared, stop bringing up great points.
Cool.
You got to end the show.
You know,
listen. I think I something I was gonna say earlier. Like, people have been like begging for like, give us Dark Star Wars. Give us this. You're getting it. You're getting it. So. And I don't think it's gonna be like. Again, we've talked about how you shouldn't have a rated R Star Wars at all.
It's not going to be torture porn Star Wars, which is that somebody wants.
But it's going to deal with darker themes, but it's still going to be accessible, and that's I'm excited for that. And listen, all you people out there begging for the darkness, get ready to embrace the darkness, my friends.
Yep.
It's gonna be. We're probably all gonna be crying and depressed the rest of Celebration after we watch these 2 episodes. You think about that? Like, man, Obi-Wan's he's so freaking sad.
I think
he needs to stop drinking so much.
How it's going to go is I think it's going to be a lot of that first episode. You're going to be like, oh, I feel really bad for him. The second the next episode starts, either the call to action has already happened or you're going to see a changing character. You know, we don't know how long these are, which is also kind of terrifying. Like, I want to kind of prepare myself. There's only 6 of them. It's going to be longer than a movie when it's all together. Yeah. But I don't know. It makes me nervous in the best way possible, though. And we won't know, especially if they screen it at Celebration in some capacity and they just click play and like we don't get to see the runtime. We're all gonna be like, just keep it going, please don't stop this.
What? You can go to the next one.
Yeah, go to
What
the
if because they're not doing like a panel of that.
Not to our knowledge.
What if like the end of the, I don't know. I'm just like, because I know they show extra episodes and stuff.
Yes.
And I'm just
they
like,
show little
we're gonna get episode. Please, sir, can I have episode 3? You know, like
or
come
at
on,
least
like,
the first 5 minutes.
please, sir.
Oh,
What's some Kenobi?
God. All that being said,
I will do that to Dave Filoni. If I see him, I will do that.
Yes. God, it's gonna be the
No, Deborah Chow. I need to go to Deborah Chow. Anyway.
Deborah Chow. So cool. Well, I need to bring up the merch again real quick because it was mentioned in the chat. Nick's gonna be getting a shirt. I'm gonna be getting a shirt. Jerry's gonna be getting a shirt. What we have is our brand new, and actually, before I do that, when we get back, all of June, by the way, all of June, gonna be EOP Vision, all of June. So get pumped for that.
Vision.
You know, it's gonna be great. But our new shirt, and Taylor, this one's for you, by the way. It's for anyone, but Taylor loves Mountain Dew apparently, and she can.
Me too, Taylor.
She can stay Bombad with her Bahu Blast shirt and merchandise. So we'll have buttons for Celebration. I'm gonna get a lot printed, and we're gonna be passing these things out like crazy. So Nick's gonna get one. I'm gonna get one. Jay's gonna get one.
Yeah.
Your backpack, your lanyard, your whatever, your jacket, they're all gonna be covered and stay Bombad Bahu Blast Bombadcast merchandising. But that being said, Bahu Blast. Nick, since you're our special guest, as always, we always like to sign out our show with a very special phrase. And we'll see you next Thursday, by the way. Next Thursday, we're talking, Multiverse of Madness. So get pumped for that. We're reviewing Multiverse of Madness next Thursday. So right after the theater. And I'm not ready. I'm terrified.
Real quick, let me plug again the Amidala Initiative, if I may.
Oh, yes, please.
Here. Guys, the Amidala Initiative, it's not done. They are still raising money. I believe was it Chase?
Chase had a big stream, Lego Star Wars stream.
Yeah, he did just did a huge Lego stream that was so like they raised like $2,000, right?
Yeah.
But guys, it is a if you're not familiar with it, it is a fundraiser, a charity that is raising money for trans kids and their families, and just to kind of combat the oppressive bills that are going through, the Don't Say Gay bills in Florida. I think they just did like a anti-woke bill or whatever. I'm like, Ron DeSantis just needs to take a nap, man, or something. Like someone do something to that man. No, sorry, someone give him a nap. But anyway, or kill him. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna stop because no one listens to me. I don't want the NSA to come after me. But give to the Amidala Initiative. It's a good cause. No one deserves to be treated as like less than human, or that they're a lesser person because they feel differently, they're attracted to different people, or they feel like they were born not the way they're supposed to be born. And it's not our place to judge. It's not our place to judge that. Just please go follow at Amidala Helps, and let's support the Amidala Initiative. Anyway, that is it.
Beautifully said. Beautifully
I'm
said.
done. Thank you.
No.
Beautifully said, and also a call to assassinate an elected official. So my bad.
Do that, bro.
My bad. Oops.
Well,
that's my oops.
Nick, before we oops anymore,
please get us out of here, Nick.
This is Obi-Wan Kenobi telling you, don't be uncivilized. Stay Bombad.
Did you say impossible? Pasquale? Only kidding, Chucky. I've changed my tune because I finally thought of a possible dream that we can all share.
What is it? Pasquale?
It's a dream about a world when nobody is poor or sick or hungry.
Oh, now that's a dream we can make come true.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right.
As I point up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind.
I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top,
and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. And that's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer.
If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change.
I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Oh yeah,
I'm asking him to change his ways.
come on, change. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Oh yeah,
I'm asking him to change his ways.
come on, change.
No message could have been any clearer.
If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change.
Time for us to take a break, but we wouldn't dream of being gone for long. See you in a little bit.
Jared lost to me in trivia. And it feels so damn good to say that.